They really weren't expecting this. Remember the viral video of the girls in Dundee, Scotland?
You don't dare!
Yes, you have a knife.
You don't dare! Help me! Somebody catch me!
Why are you fucking with us?
These are kid bashers!
Obviously petrified at the situation they found themselves in.
Show the knife. Show the knife. Show the knife.
Away from us!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Don't touch us!
Clearly upset at something the guy filming the incident had said to them.
That's it. That's it. Show the knife.
Don't touch my little sister!
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't f***ing touch my little sister! She has f***ing 12! We're jumping up! Where's her f***ing catching me? She has f***ing 12 and you just battered me, mate!
Then remember how the police immediately came out and said this.
Police Scotland said it was aware of misinformation being shared on social media in relation to an incident where a Bulgarian couple were approached by youths in Dundee.
Remember how the media blamed people on X for pushing a fake narrative to demonise migrants.
Social media posts then were triggered in response to this video, very much spiralling this story into something else. They were all alleging that the girl and her friends had been followed and harassed. There wasn't really any evidence given to substantiate or flesh out these claims.
Suggesting that those who defended the girls were lying about what happened.
Many users took to the internet to defend the little girl with the weapon, saying that she clearly has been forced to hold and bear these arms in public to defend herself in the case of risk. Now, these unsubstantiated claims...
How they zeroed in on the real supposed outrage. Elon Musk and Tommy Robinson tweeting about it.
And they were reposted by Elon Musk and Tommy Robinson, far-right activists. So we could really see here, Mark, how these things managed to get out of control.
How they glibly regurgitated the police's claims that the girls were lying.
Is there any evidence behind these migrant claims?
Well, Police Scotland confirmed to the Courier newspaper that they found no evidence or CCTV footage to substantiate the online claims that the young girls in the video were at risk of aggression or that they were at risk of sexual assault. So no evidence found by the police investigation.
How they reaffirmed and gave credence to the Bulgarian migrants' version of events.
And he says regarding that part in the video where he approaches the girl with the weapons and she says, don't touch her, don't come near her. He says that he was in fact just on the way to the shops with his wife when he was confronted with the girl with the weapons, and that's the person who called him an illegal migrant. So what we can see, Mark, is that there isn't any evidence to substantiate these claims.
How surprising to learn there's no evidence. It's almost inevitable, isn't it?
Oh, just wait. You're going to really enjoy the delectable karma that's coming their way.
On social media, the young girl with the weapons was declared a hero. It is interesting that that symbol has been flipped or weaponized in a different context here.
Yeah, we're going to find out who really weaponized it. How Humza Yousaf, yes, that one.
The Lord President, white. The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white.
Said people saying this was an example of two-tier policing were full of BS. Said people who said the girls were defending themselves from assault were lying.
Elon Musk, Tommy Robinson, and others, sympathisers of the far right, begin to spread misinformation that flies around the world like wildfire, that this young girl was defending her sister from a migrant, who wanted to sexually assault her. Of course, none of that was true.
How people accused Tommy and Farage of inciting the hatred in the girls. How they accused the girls of being violent gang members. How the media immediately pinned the blame on the girls. How commentators said the story of the migrant attacking the girl was confected propaganda slop. Racist, disgraceful disinformation. An invention of the online right's BS machine. She brandished a knife and an axe. The racists made her a hero. These poor girls, Lola and Ruby, were thrown to the wolves. The regime and all its sycophants lined up to parrot the narrative that they were violent racist thugs trying to frame an innocent migrant man. Well, don't go anywhere, because I'm going to tell you how it ended, and how everyone who maligned and mocked the girls ended up with a big fat dollop of egg on their faces. They really weren't expecting this. Drop this brown powder in your coffee and your body starts pumping out up to 80% more nitric oxide, the molecule that won the Nobel Prize in Medicine. This is Black Forest high flavanol cocoa. In 1998, 3 scientists won the Nobel for discovering nitric oxide is the master switch for blood flow, energy, stamina, and performance below the belt. Here's what nobody says. By age 40, most people produce only half the nitric oxide they made at 20. By 60, just 15%. That's why you feel sluggish, foggy, and tired, and why heart disease is still the #1 killer.
Dr. Nathan Bryan is the biochemist whose cutting-edge research suggests
how one crucial molecule can impact our health, brain function, and longevity.
And the loss of nitric oxide production is the earliest event in the onset and progression of age-related chronic disease. So things like erectile dysfunction, diabetes, Alzheimer's, high blood pressure. They don't know that if you can't walk up a flight of steps or exercise moderately for 15-20 minutes, then you're nitric oxide deficient.
Cocoa flavanols are one of the only compounds proven to switch your body's nitric oxide production back on. In clinical studies, it boosted blood flow by nearly 80% in just 7 days.
I haven't even started working out, but 30-45 minutes after I took the high flavanol cocoa, already the vasodilation, the veins are popping up, and yes, you guys, it works down there on the main one. Even down, you can see it in my legs, you guys. And I don't know if you guys know this, but there's almost nothing more healing than more healthy blood flow and blood pump throughout your body.
Regular chocolate won't do it. The flavanols get destroyed in processing, but one scoop of Black Forest delivers 1,200 milligrams of cocoa flavanols. 10 times more than most brands. Harder gym pumps, better stamina, sharper focus, warmer hands and feet. And yes, better blood flow where it counts the most. And right now, Black Forest is running their biggest deal of the year. Buy one, get one free, but it's live for the next 48 hours only. Just click the link in the description and grab it before it's gone. Your body will thank you. The Scottish First Minister thundered his condemnation at those whose supposed misinformation had undermined the most precious and important thing: community cohesion.
John Swinney, he commented on what he called deliberate misinformation about this story. He said people like Elon Musk, with the misinformation that has been stoked up about this case, are trying to undermine that sense of cohesion within our communities, and it's totally and utterly unacceptable.
They even targeted the fundraiser for the girls set up by their parents. Unheard, saying the girls would spend the money on machetes and iron brew, suggesting the fundraiser was weaponising far-right misinformation.
It was launched by an American Christian fundraising site that has been linked to right-wing groups such as QAnon and the Proud Boys. The site, the crowdfunding site, says it was allegedly created by the young girl's family. It does repeat allegations that she was attacked by a foreign migrant, but as we've just looked at, there isn't any evidence to substantiate those claims.
Now for the part you've all been eagerly anticipating. Yeah. Turns out all those media outlets, leftist politicians, commentators, and the police force itself, who denigrated, disbelieved, mocked, belittled, and lied about the Dundee girls, who finger-wagged, lectured, and browbeat anyone online who defended the Dundee girls, accused them of weaponising lies and spreading deliberate misinformation. Turns out they were all completely wrong, and all the people they attacked were completely right. Oh, just bathe in that warm glow of all-encompassing karma. You see, the trial ended just yesterday, and the Bulgarian man who filmed the clip and his sister were both found guilty. Turns out Ilya Belov initiated the confrontation when he walked past the girls and said, quote, "Hello sexy, I'll show you a good time." After the girls rightly called him a creep, he then called his sister, who arrived shortly after, and physically assaulted one of the girls. It was only after these assaults had taken place that the girl pulled the weapons out, as you see in the video. Belov's entire story that he was only reacting to the girls taunting him for being a migrant was also shot down in court. It was him who made them angry in the first place by making those disgusting comments. So yes, the girls were sexually harassed, assaulted, and that's why they were so scared in the video. That's why they pulled out the weapons to defend themselves, because they feared being attacked.
How surprising till then there's no evidence. It's almost inevitable, isn't it?
Ooh, that aged like milk.
The scale of how misinformation can spread, how quickly it can spread, and how important it is to stay vigilant and double check our sources at all times.
Indeed.
Yeah, might want to triple check your sources next time, love, because you've made yourself look like a right sausage. And Humza Yousef?
Of course, none of that was true.
Well, stunningly, he appears to have lost interest in the story altogether now. What's the matter, Humza? Cat got your tongue? I thought you said the whole thing was BS. Don't think it was, mate. No, this Scottish schoolgirl wasn't brandishing weapons to protect herself from migrants. Yes. Yes, she was. Speaking after the conviction, a girl's mother told BBC Scotland News the guilty verdict was a good thing. She said they were telling the truth and they were slandered. There were too many lies at the start, so I'm glad it's all come out. Not only were the girls totally vindicated, the police had to come out and issue a mealy-mouthed statement. Same police force who accused everyone else of spreading misinformation about the incident, admitting that they had in fact spread misinformation about the incident. Police chiefs have admitted that the initial information the force shared about a knife incident in Dundee did not fully reflect the situation. Really, do you think? And even in their supposed apology, they still pointed the finger at others for posting misinformation that Beloff and Belova were asylum seekers, complaining that this provoked community concern, even though they posted the most egregious piece of misinformation by claiming the girls approached the Bulgarians, suggesting that they were the aggressors. It's the most two-faced apology I've ever seen, and proof yet again that it's in fact them who weaponized the spectre of spreading misinformation just so they can try and cover up the truth.
It's triggered false claims to the point that Scottish police have been more or less forced to put out a statement.
All these prominent people who rushed in to denounce these girls accused them of lying, blaming the victim. Yeah, because it's not as if we had a massive nationwide scandal where that precise thing happened before, is it? Where the victims were ignored, disbelieved, devalued and blamed because they were white and working class, and because institutions and authorities were scared of being called racist and putting the sacred community cohesion at risk. How many times do you have to be proven wrong before you learn the lesson?